Hari Om. We are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and the chapter name is 8th Aksara Brahma Yoga, the yoga of the imperishable Brahman. In that, Arjuna is asking some questions to Lord Krishna regarding the subject dealt in the last 7th chapter, that was Kim Tad Brahma. What is that Brahma? Kim Adhyatmam. What is Adhyatmam? Kim Karma. What is action? Adhibhutam Kim Proktam. What is called Adhibhutam? Adhidaivam cha kimuchyate. What is also called Adhidaivam? Adhiyajnah katham kotra. How and who is Adhiyajna here in the body? Prayane kale cha katham gyevasi niyatatmabhi. How at the time of death thou art be known by the self-controlled person. All these questions are asked by Arjuna. Who and how is Adhyatma here in the body, O destroyer of Madhu, Krishna, Madhusudan? All these questions are asked by Arjuna. So in the last paragraph we have seen Arjuna asked 7 questions to the Lord. What is that Brahman? Is it Brahman with the upadhis, limiting adjuncts, or Brahman without them, without qualities? Is it the aggregate of these senses of individual consciousness, or distinct pure consciousness? What is karma? Is it yajna, or is it distinct from yajna? Adhibhuta is no knowledge of bhutas. Is this the knowledge of the elements or something else? Bhutas also we say the spirits. Yes. So what is that bhuta, adhibhuta? Adhidaiva is that which is associated with the gods Is this the meditation on the gods, or is it the consciousness associated with the Surya Mandal, etc.? Gods, different kinds of uh, ideas we have on gods. Of course, we have discussed what is gods, and here he is giving another aspect also. You know, our sun scientifically is the source of our solar family. So the creation is due to the sun. So gods means here may be the all the planets or subplanets associated with the sun, because that is our so-called creation. We know our creation as the solar system, isn't it? Ordinarily. So all these doubts are there to be clarified. Adhidaiva is that which is associated with the gods. Gods means that 33 crores of gods. Is this the meditation on the gods, or is it the consciousness associated with the Surya Mandal, etc.? Many aspects are there, many ideas we have about gods. Everywhere we have some gods. We worship as God the birds, the animals, the insects, the snake, the lizards, and the plants, the mountains, the rivers, everything we worship as gods. What is the meaning of gods? Adhidaiva. So in this way, all these questions are to be clarified. Adhijagya, yagya is sacrifice, general meaning. But yagya also is known as renunciation, and yagya also is known as giving something, dana, danam, yagya. So yagya is understood in many ways by different people. The different definitions are given to yagya. What is the real meaning here? Adhijagya is that which is associated with the yajnas or Vedic rituals. Is this the Parabrahman, Supreme Being, or any social God? Yajna, Yajna Purush. Yajna Purush, we decide. Some say he is Lord Brahma, some say no, Lord Vishnu, some say no, Lord Shiva is Yajna Purush, some say no, the Agni itself is the Yajna Purush. Many ideas are there. Is it of the same form, Tadatma Rupa, or is it entirely non-different? Abheda, does it exist in the body or it is outside the body? Yajna. Pranayama is known as yajna, so it must be inside the body. If it exists in the body, is it the intellect or distinct from it? At the time of death, when the memory is lost and when the senses become cold, that is, when they lose their vitality, how can the man of one-pointedness and of steadfast mind know the Lord? We have discussed the time before the death, that is absolute darkness, which is called tandra or murcha. Murcha, the deep coma wherefrom there is no possibility of return. After that, death is awaiting you. So in this way, how, when the mind is completely devoid of anything, no impressions, nothing is remembered, how he can remember God only, even though it is steadfast? So all these doubts are there in the mind of Arjuna. He asked these 7 questions. How can the man of one-pointedness and of steadfast mind know the Lord at the time of departure? O Lord Madhusudan, thou art all merciful. Thou hast killed Madhu and removed the miseries of the people. When so, thou canst remove my difficulties and doubts very easily. This is nothing for thee, the omniscient Lord. This is the reason why Arjuna addresses the Lord by the name of Madhusudan. So now, here, Madhusudan has come as an important name. In the beginning of creation, Lord Vishnu was sleeping in the water. This is how we know the stories from epics. But science says in different terms. And our Vedas also describes in different ways. And the epics narrates in different words, different ways, in the form of stories. So according to stories of the epics, Puranas, Lord Vishnu used to sleep in all the time in the lap of the serpent named Anant or Sankarsan, and he ever is asleep in a pose, and Lord, the goddess Lakshmi used to shampoo his legs, his power, and it is said Lakshmi, the power of Lord Vishnu, creates everything. The creation and protection and destruction is carried out by Lakshmi. So many different ideas of different people, and there blooms a lotus from the navel of Lord Vishnu, and it goes up to the surface of the water, and there is that is the bud, and the bud slowly blooms into the lotus flower. Over the flower there appears some identity, somebody, some mental body, imaginary body, which is called Brahma, the creator. He is the creator. Now that happens because of the supreme power Lakshmi from some angle. So Brahma becomes now the creator, and created by Narayani Lakshmi. And now Brahma goes on starting creation. And when Brahma appears, there were two demons living in the ocean. They were named as Madhu and Kaitava. Madhu means, Madhu is the name. We shall discuss all the meaning of the words and how the story is made. What is the intrinsic meaning hidden in it? The story goes just to hear and to remember beautiful story, but there is some meaning behind it. All these stories are not meaningless and purposeless. And then Madhu and Kaitav, they were very hungry. There was nothing to eat. There was no creation. So they were self-created. And they were created out of the dust particles accumulated in the 2 ears of Lord Vishnu, because when you sleep in the bed in the morning, you get up, you feel something bad in the ears, and some dirt is accumulated in the ears. So from both these ears of Lord Vishnu, because Lord Vishnu was the origin source, yes, of the creation now. So naturally there is life principle hidden in Lord Vishnu that has to manifest in this way. So 2 demons, big personalities. What kind of personalities, nobody knows. Maybe some gross or subtle or some kinds, who knows. Just some identities. They are the life principle, came out from the ears of Lord Narayana, and from navel the flower, and over the flower the other life principle called Brahma. Now these both demons, Madhu and Kaitav, they were very hungry. Naturally, at the time of birth, everybody feels hungry. So the child is fed with mother's breast. Now there was no mother. So Madhu Kaitav were very hungry. They wanted to eat something. They saw The Brahma is sitting, somebody is sitting on the flower. So they tried to attack that fellow and make it as their prey. So Brahma was afraid, there was no other being there, only one. So Brahma was afraid and he was thinking how to protect himself. He was trying to do something. So he thought Lord Vishnu is asleep, so I must pray him to protect me. So he tried to pray Lord Vishnu. But he saw Vishnu is not waking up. He is in sound sleep, snoring. So now he prayed the goddess called? No. No. The power of sleep. Sleep also is a power. The goddess of sleep. That is how we know from the, you see, the system of worship of goddess Adi Shakti. Chandi, Saptasati Chandi. Nidra Devi, the goddess of sleep. It is a power which deludes the person and the person goes to sleep. It is a very strong power. So he started praying the goddess Nidra, the sleep, and this goddess became pleased with Brahma and gave up the hold of Lord Vishnu. His eyes were opened and he saw, oh, this is going on, fight is going on. So Lord Brahma also started praying, Lord Vishnu, please protect me from these demons. So Lord Vishnu got up and he tried to fight with these two demons. The fight went on for 5,000 years. Now comes the fact time. 5,000 years it continued. And how long the fight between Russia and Ukraine is continuing now? Only some 3 months. 3 months perhaps. Yes, more than 100 days. 3.5 months. Yes. So let it go on for thousands of years. What does it matter? Our concept of time, our concept of Lord Vishnu, the demons Madhu and Kaitav, and the flower lotus, and the Brahma creator, and Lakshmi the supreme power, all these our ideas, something clumsy and confusive, it is not clear. We should go to depth of its meaning, and it will coincide with the modern science, modern opinions of our modern science, and also Vedic description. Everything is one, everything, process is the same, and description is differently, with different terms, different language, it is described by different people. Don't have any confusion, don't have any contradiction in mind that somebody is telling something, somebody is telling something else. So nobody is wrong, nobody is correct. Don't have such ideas. When you go to the depth of the meaning, then everything appears to be same. That's how the Vedas said, Ekaha sat vipra bahudha vadanti. The truth is one. The creative process is one only. Different seers from different angles, they saw it and they narrated it, explained it in different languages. What harm? Language differs, that we see always. So this Madhu was killed by, after 5,000 years, Madhu and Kaita both were very much pleased with Lord Narayan. Oh, we are very much pleased with your fight. Now you can ask us some boons. They are giving boons to Lord Vishnu. That has also meaning. So, Lord Vishnu says, okay, if you are pleased with me, you are granting me a boon, then give this boon that you will be killed by me. You will be killed by me. This boon I want. Because he could not kill them. Why? That has also meaning. Why he could not kill these two big fellows? And the Madhu said, okay, if you want to kill us, yes, kill us where there is no water, because everywhere only water and water, it is called Ekarnav. Ekarnav, Arnav means ocean, and only one ocean was there. There was no creation, there was no earth, only water everywhere. That means the fifth element was not at all seen. It was not created at that time, in the very beginning of the creation. Four elements were there: the sky, air, fire and water only. There was no earth. And all these stories are beautiful inside meanings. When we discuss all these with its central meaning, it appears so beautiful how these stories are made. Then Lord said, okay. Then he caught him and put him on the lap of Lord Vishnu. There was no water, so that was the boon. And then he could kill our Madhu and Kaita both on the both thighs. And then out of the flesh and bone of Madhu, the earth was created. That's how it is called Medini. composed by flesh. Meda means flesh. Meda of flesh of Madhu, that's why it is called Medini. Composed by Medas, flesh. And flesh is, of course, flesh is solid, something other than water. In this way, the story goes. That's how Lord Vishnu is called Madhusudan. Sudan, one who kills Madhu. And Madhu also means honey. So Madhusudan also means the honey bees and the black bees and the butterflies. They are called Madhusudan. And Lord Krishna is called Madhusudan because he is full incarnation of Lord Vishnu in 100%, with 100% aspect of the Lord Vishnu. That's how Lord Krishna also is known as Madhusudan, not Rama. Rama is full incarnation, but he played the role of human being. So he is called Maryada Purushottam. He is not Madhusudan. We don't call him as Madhusudan or Kaitavhari. Kaitavhari also the name of Lord Vishnu and Krishna, because he killed Kaitava also, the second demon. Kaitavhari. Kaitava Ari. Ari means the enemy. In this way, the name Madhusudan is brought to Lord Krishna. When we shall have time, we shall discuss in analytical and scientific way what is the meaning of this story. Yes, sir. Lack of internet. Are? It was afraid of you. Connection. Hari Om. Be connection was little, no, because of connection only. Okay, now it is clear why Madhusudan name was given to Lord Krishna. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the third sloka. Now, Lord Krishna will answer to all these 7 questions. You have to note down all the 7 questions and answers. Aksharam Brahma Paramam Svabhavodhyatmamuchyate Bhuta Bhavot Bhava Karo Visargaha Karma Sangitaha Adhibhutam Charo Bhava. It will go on step by step, by and by. We shall start now the answers. The Blessed Lord said, Brahman is the imperishable, the supreme. Its essential nature is called self-knowledge. Self-knowledge, what do you mean by self-knowledge? We have some ideas. We shall discuss it. The offering to the gods which causes existence and manifestation of beings and which also sustains them is called action. Now, in this we shall see the meaning of answer of Brahma and Adhyatma and Karma. Three answers we shall get from this stanza. He says, self-knowledge is called the nature, essential nature of the Supreme Being. Supreme means the Supreme. It has got no such meaning as a God or something. We have named it because we have to have transaction between ourselves. I have to say something on God to you. You have to say something on God to me. So in this way we have to use some language. So we have named the Supreme in different names. So many names. Brahman, everything will have some meaning. Brahman means ever-growing, all-pervading, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. That is called the meaning of Brahman. So he says, Brahman is the imperishable, the supreme. Its essential nature is called self-knowledge. What is that self-knowledge? Self-knowledge.
Knowledge of your real nature.
What do you mean by self? Then only self-knowledge. And how do you know knowledge? Of course, knowledge we have discussed so many times. Knowledge is of two types. One is experiential, other is informative or theoretical. So, what is that self? Self also differs in meaning every time. Self is the essential, central understanding of some aspect. That aspect may be some object or some subject or some being or some group, anything it may be. So that is called self. Self means the central point. So it is a comparative term. Don't forget it. So whatever you bring to discuss, there will be some self in that. The central point of it. When we generally discuss on body, the senses are called self. This we have discussed so many times. Again, we have to emphasize on it so that you should not forget it. Repetition is the process only.
Yes.
Always everything should be repeated. Then only it will enter into the core of our heart. Or else we hear and overhear it. It passes on. So self is always comparative term, and when it is compared, when the point of body we discuss, then self becomes the senses of the body. And senses are of two kinds. 5 are senses of action, and other five are senses of knowledge. And they are, of course, superior than the senses of action. In this way, when we talk about senses, then the mind becomes the self. Why? Because that is superior to the senses. Then when we talk of mind, the intellect becomes the self. Intellect is superior than the mind. When we talk of the intellect, of course, superior most is the supreme, but comparatively, relatively, we can say the higher intellect, that is discrimination on my intellect, discriminative power, and superior than that, the holder of everything will be the subconscious mind, chitta, and superior than the chitta, everything is he. He means the absolute or the supremo, above all, which is nothing, where nothing is found above all. So, in that case, we can always use the word supremo, supreme, or the Paramatma, self, the supreme self. So that knowledge is called self-knowledge. Now understood self-knowledge? Self-knowledge is not called body knowledge or sense knowledge or mind knowledge or intellect knowledge, but self-knowledge is meant the knowledge of the Supreme or the Absolute. Brahman is imperishable, immutable, eternal, self-existent, self-luminous, unchanging, and all-pervading. It is the source, root, and womb of everything, origin, substratum, holder. In many ways we can term it, we can call it, we can name it, many ways. That's how so many names are there. Don't be bewildered. Here a few names are given. In it, all beings that are manifested live, because it is the source of everything, the holder of everything, the basic substratum of everything, origin of everything. So in that way, he is the Supremo. All the manifested beings live in it, move and have their very being. Hence, it is Paramam. Paramam means the Supreme. The Supreme and Akshara. Akshara means unperishable, imperishable, indestructible, immutable. We have a beautiful shloka we chant always in Yoga Vasishtha beginning to salute that Absolute. Yatah sarvani bhutani bhavantyadi yugagame Jasmincha pralayam yanti tasmai satyatmane namaha. That is also called truth because it is unchangeable. Unchangeable is truth, changeable is falsehood or lies. There are only two terms, either true or untrue. Untrue is subject to change. Hari Om. And truth is subject to non-change, unchangeability due to internet. In this way, the Supreme Self, Paramatma or Brahman, which is called Aksara also, imperishable, immutable, that is also known as Achyuta. Achyuta means non-moving. The supreme eternal fixability or constancy is called Achyuta. Pardon? Kutastha. So many names. Because Sanskrit, yes. Sanskrit has got beautiful explanation of words, roots. So in that way we can understand the self-knowledge means the knowledge, experiential knowledge of the Absolute. I always use this, personally I use Absolute. That's why there will not be any doubt in it. Because Absolute is absolute, above all, everything. Brahman is imperishable, immutable, eternal, self-existent. Why self-existent? Because it will be only one which is immutable, which is not perishable. Then how it will be? It will be always existing. Then can there be any two? It is impossible. Two means we have to understand also the meaning of dualism. Dualism means two-ness. Then when the two starts, then all the complications start. All the confusion starts. How? One will be dependent on the other. In every respect, thousands and thousands of aspects, both will be interrelated with each other in different ways. Qualities will be there, they will be interdependent. Qualities will be dependent on each other, and dependency. So when one will be there, it is absolutely free from all these qualities. So it is unqualified, unqualitative, and it is unconditional. When two will be there, there will be conditions. If it is small, then because it is big, then only it will respond. So conditions are related with each other.
Limitations.
will be there. So all these aspects we see when two starts, and what to speak of many, all the confusions. So in this way, if somehow or other the mind is on one, then all the confusions, all the doubts, all the illusions, everything will be vanish. This is how Aksharam, which is not subject to Kshara. Kshara means perish, to decay, undecayable.
Shaya is also perish.
Kshaya also. Kshara, same root. The same root have the different words. It is the source, root, womb of everything. In it, all beings that are manifested live, move. They all move within it. And have their very being. Hence, it is Paramam, the Supreme, and Akshara. How can we hold in one everything is there? Can you understand? In one, everything can be held. Can you say, in one glass everything will be held? Can you? Can you say, in one room everything can be put in? Can you? So how one can hold everything? Come on, think.
Water is one. Waves, bubbles, surfs are many. So one is
Exactly. The tree is one. The roots, the trunk, the branches, sub-branches, the buds, the leaves, the flowers, the fruits, everything is held in one tree. Why go so far? Why not your own body? Body is one. As a whole, body is one, isn't it? So, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, cheek, and the the hairs, hands and legs, and front and back. How many aspects? Innumerable. So, in that way, one holds everything within it. One is the totality. One is the totality. So the totality can hold everything. The totality can be only one, isn't it? The group is one, it will have different bodies with it. And wherever you go, the one will hold many things. See, you told the glass cannot have all in it. I shall prove the glass can hold everything in it. It will have a size. So all the sizes are within it. It will have a shape. All the shapes are within it. It will have some name. So all the names are within the one name. See the logic. Logically, If one has one name, so all the names are names. So name-wise, all the names are within one name. The common factor name. When we go to solve some equations, we take common factor, isn't it? The common factor is present everywhere, so that is 1. Say 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 10, 20. What is common factor? The 2 is everywhere present. In this way, one holds everything we need. Wherever you go, you said one room cannot hold everything. How cannot it hold? It holds everything in it. The name it holds, the form it holds, size it holds. So everything, this is called world. The whole world is there. Isn't it? In this way we have to think. In a broad way, not in relative way. We know everything means some foods, some garbage, some dustbins, or some grass, or some cows, or some human beings. Everything cannot hold by the room, isn't it? But we should take the essential nature, everything. The names, forms, the actions, every actions can go on in the room.
The room holds the name, the form, the space, the time.
Yes, it holds the time also.
Kala Desha Karma.
And it goes beyond time also. Isn't it? It is beyond time also. Because everything is there. Timelessness also is there in time. When there is no light, there is no time.
Kalatita.
Ji. So tomorrow we shall say further. One point we have discussed somehow, yet we have to discuss how it is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, and yet it is one. How one holds everything, we shall see tomorrow. Perfectly well. Well, only one if you understand, then the process of understanding we can have. Tomorrow we shall see. And this also gives warning. You have finished your time. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasesate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Sabda Brahma ki jai. Saraswati Maharani ki jai. Guru Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Madhusudana Bhagavan ki jai. Hari Om.